everybody. What is up? Welcome back to the hashtag Lockboss Show and Giveaway. I'm PJ, and I tell you what, we're going to be talking about some locks and keys today. We're going to be talking about the new Lockboss Season 3. We're going to be talking about this week's posts of the week, this week's comment of the week, and, well, how are things going? So thank you all for tuning in, and I've been reading the comments here before we went live, and just wanted to say hello to everyone. And man, I tell you what, and I think we're not alone here, but up here in North Idaho, it has been negative degrees for, I don't know, what, four or so days now, maybe 5 days. Pretty crazy stuff, I tell you. I think -9 is the worst I got. So it's definitely cold up here in Idaho, and I know it's been cold other places. The good news is we're starting to climb out of it, and we're going to be getting snow in the next day or two, so that'll be fun. And I'll actually be in LA this Friday, Saturday, so it'll be nice to get a little bit of sun, right? A little bit of that warm sun, but oh, let's see here. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be some good stuff, but, how's everybody's week going? Let's see here. Anyone want snow? We have too much, says George. Man, I tell you, a lot of us, areas that kind of get snow and some that even don't are just kind of getting dumped on right now. So as you know, I have a new snow blower on my tractor, and so like I'm welcoming the snow. Like, bring it. Let me blow some snow, I tell you. But let's see here. Yeah, 68 degrees. Oh man. Let's see. Good stuff. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and hop into this week's show, and we'll buckle up. Now, of course, I'm going to be drinking a Topo Chico. I've been drinking a lot of these lately, and loving every minute of it. So cheers to all of you out there drinking a Topo with me, or for that matter, your favorite beverage of choice. All right. Let's hop into it. And actually, while we're at it, Julio, go ahead and get some jams going on there. All right. So let's see. Yep, it's making some noise here. There we go. All right. All right. Posts of the week. This one first comes from Jerry. He says, thanks again for the present. I enjoyed the videos. Merry Christmas. Very good. I like it. You got the Lockboss sweatshirt there, some stickers, and of course, when it comes to locks, I'm a bit picky. I tell you what, if that's not just a wonderful pun / dad joke, I don't know what is. And really good job making that thing. Next up, this post comes from Stephen T. Stephen says, I got my package. I was so pleased with everything I had received. Was for sure a great Christmas gift. I never realized just how big that pinning mat was. That was beyond cool. Thank you all so much for everything you do for the locksmithing community, as well as all the work you do for the veterans. Not many people out there care anymore, especially a lot of companies. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, guys. Stephen T. Stephen, hey, thank you very much. That's a lot of kind words you said there. Much appreciated. And yeah, we just really just try to do the best we can. Of course, we're not perfect, but we definitely strive to be the best that we can as a business. So that comment really means a lot to me. Thank you. All right, here we go. Comment of the week. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. This one comes from I'm Gumby. Dang it. I've never seen Gumby. I've never seen your whole handle before. That's funny. I'm Gumby. Dang it. All right, here we go. Season 3, bring it on. Sweet upgrade to the Tuesday giveaways. Hashtag Lockboss. Did I hear that right? 20,000 M1 keys. Yes. So I don't know, a lot of you have been asking about that story, and so yeah, it's funny how, and I'm sure you all in different capacities know this, but like when you walk into a place from the past, right? There's like random things that come to your mind, right? And for me, going up there, I always think of those 20,000 keys. And I'm sure so many of you can relate, but essentially is what happened to the best of my memory. Sometimes there's a lot of confusion between in ordering. For example, right? Like we might order one pack of 250 keys, right? But the manufacturer might want to see 250 M1, and that equals one based on like, I don't know, barely a change of the part number. So essentially what happened was I ordered M1 keys in the 250 packs. The manufacturer saw that as, how does that work? I ordered as 250 packs. They switched those quantities to like they times it out or something. I mean, it was something right around there. Like I ordered one thing, kind of got another. It was really my fault because I didn't have the right part number in there. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but it's a little annoying. But so essentially, long story short, this is what I do know. Okay. We got the keys, we're sitting there, and I remember them stacked up on that second story. Right? So everything at that first place there was on the second story. So I had to carry everything up. And after it was sold, carry everything back down, right? So good exercise. And I remember after bringing those keys up and stacking them there, like I had two simultaneous thoughts. Thought number one was, man, that's really cool. That's what 20,000 keys looks like. Like, I mean, maybe I'm kind of big time now. It's pretty cool, right? But then the second thought at that same exact time was, how am I going to pay for it? Right. Which was the real problem. And of course, sending them back, it was going to cost too much to send them back. And I was kind of stuck with them, and I was kind of nervous about it at the time. I was like, man, I really got to get some sales in to pay for some of these. Like, I think I ran a sale probably on the M1s. But good news is I was able to survive it and live another day, which is really good. But it's funny how those little things like that, so many times when you think back in business, like it's easy to remember the hard ones, right? When you're sweating bullets trying to pay for stuff and this and that. And I guess the only thing difference as time goes on is those numbers grow, right? And you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to pay for that now type of thing. So good old memory lane. And like I was saying, like I much prefer those memories to the memories of the place we were at before here. A lot of tough years there, a lot of tough years. Park accidents in the parking lot. I mean, you name it when it comes to that. But yeah, that was quite the fun. But yeah, thank you once again, Gumby, for that comment there and for the 20,000 M1 keys. And yeah, very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, 80, 250 packs. Yep. George, thanks for doing the math on that. I appreciate it. Yeah, 250 times 50. Yeah, 6,250. And so, yeah, I believe yeah, it's been so, yeah, 20,000, 20K keys typo. Yeah, so it's all over the place, right? And some of that stuff is still like that today, right? With different keys and this and that. And it's always interesting per manufacturer how they do that, right? So welcome to the small parts business, right? Welcome to the small parts business. But, funny side note, while we're on the topic, talking about it, tell me how old you were when you found this out, because I know I was 37, okay? And I should have known it a long time ago, but I needed to get some nuts. It was for something here at this building. I don't know what it was for. And so I went to Fastenal, which is almost kind of like right behind, like down the road and right behind, in the same industrial park, there's a Fastenal. So I go in there and I'm like, hey, it was like 28 of this nut, right? And so they figure out the nut, and they grab the bin. And it's what the guy did, okay, is he sat a nut on it, hit a button on a scale, and then just starts to dump the nuts out, and then he gets done. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what did you just do? And he was like, oh, I just counted out the 28 nuts that you needed. I'm like, on a scale? I'm like, show me how this thing works. And so he showed me, and he was like, hey, man, like these been around, I don't know, probably as long as you have been and stuff. I was like, well, shoot, I didn't know it. So I immediately got those nuts, came back here, started doing Google searches, and ordered me one of those. They're called counting scales. And please tell me I'm not the only one that didn't know of these darn counting scales. And I tell you what, if you at all, and so the cool part is, like, a lot of times there'll be times, right, where we'll run out of 50 packs. And so we'll have to take some 50 packs, maybe we have 50,000 50 packs sitting there, and we need, to put another 5,000 50 packs or something on the shelf. And so what we'll do is, before we would have someone have to sit there and count out 50 keys, right? Maybe weigh them afterwards, something like that. But with the counting scale, you just pop a key on there, tell them it's one key, and then you start dumping keys on, and it'll tell you 50 or 52, and it'll take 2 out, and it'll say 50 magically, and then you pack them up. So pretty cool, I tell you. So, yeah, how old is, yeah, so it looks like, yeah, okay, you know what? Thank you for telling me that you just learned this as well, because the guy at Fastenal was like, we've been using this thing every day. Like, how else would you do it? Count it? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of the guy that's been counting them. So if you have any use at all for counting little stuff like that, get a counting scale. They're actually pretty inexpensive, and you can get them based on like the weight range that you do to be as accurate as you need. I think the one we picked up was, I don't know, $50 or something. It wasn't that bad considering the amount of time it saves. So every scale is a counting scale if you have a calculator. James, you are right? I mean, what the heck? You are 100% right. Oh, that's good. That is good. And Julio, honestly, I didn't tell you to cue up any confession music, but the truth is I probably should have had you put some on that, because that was a confession without confession music. What the heck? All right, here we go. Lockboss Season 3. So as you know, if you haven't seen the video, go in and check it out from last Sunday. Lockboss Season 3 is here. So this is what I wanted to do. I want to do a little bit of a recap about it. And then if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and put the comments in here, and I'll try to answer them if you have any, though. It's fairly simple, though, okay? So this is how it works. So right now, we have our weekly giveaway, right? We do 5 winners every Tuesday. That's what we're doing here in just a few minutes. And as what we do is we pick 5 winners and we give you gifts. But is what we want to do this year, okay, is the last Tuesday of every month, which, by the way, is in 2 weeks from today. We're going to announce the 5 winners, but instead of sending you swag and tools and that sort of thing, we're going to give all 5 winners a $500 store credit to our website. And the reason that we want to do that this year is, hey, listen, it's 2024. Some industries are doing pretty good right now. A lot of industries are not. Some people had great years last year. Some people didn't have great years last year. We're in an election year. We have all sorts of weird things going on, right? Inflation, all of that. And so we wanted to be really intentional to hopefully help you build your business, whether or not you're just trying to get off the ground or you've been around for, I don't know, longer than I've been alive. Either way, we want to help you build your business to get the tools, the supplies, and all of that you need. And we figure 2024 is really the perfect year to do that, right? Lots of uncertainty, lots of this and that, a lot of people wanting to build their business, a lot of people nervous about business, all of the different things going on. And so we just want to be here like we've always tried to be, which is helpful. And we want to be able to help you guys. And so we figure by doing that $500 credit for the 5 winners once a month. Right? That's $2,500 a month that we'll be giving away just on that alone, let alone all the other stuff that we're doing the rest of the month. And is what that's going to do, hopefully, is you can get the tools you need, the supplies you need. Maybe there's a machine that, or a machine that you need that maybe is $800, and you can use the $500 credit towards it. Now it only costs you $300. One way or another, we hope that the winners will be able to put that credit to good use in bettering their business and their life, and just getting that little extra help there from us. So that's really what we are after. That's really what we're trying to do with Lockboss Season 3. Now, of course, we're going to be having these set up in, so right now it's Lockboss Season 3.1, right? Because it's January. After the 3.1 ends, which is going to be the end of January, then 3.2 will begin for February, and so on and so forth, right? So in September, it'll be 3.9. So there'll be 3.1 through 3.12. And at the end of the last Tuesday of every month, we're going to be doing those 5 lucky $500 credit winners. So, and the cool part is, we know how valuable that is, and how there's different tools and parts that we want to grow our business, right? I mean, just in the same way, I have new product lines that I want to bring in, right? And of course, you got to make sure you have the capital and all of that stuff to do it. And so we just want to be helpful with that. And really excited to see actually what everyone gets with that. And it'll be great to see pictures of it. And truly, what'll be even better is someone being able to share like how it helped them, or they were able to get this tool or this or that. So pretty excited about it. And think about even this. Okay. So let's say this example came to my head. Maybe you've been starting to do some deadbolt installations, right? And you have the cheap blue mold jig. But you've been using it's kind of getting worn out a little bit. And you're like, you know what? I want to get one of those framing bullseye jigs that I know is going to outlive me, right? And being able to get that $500 credit, like not only can you get that jig, you'll be able to get some, some locks or some keys or whatever else you want. And I think that's so cool that people are going to be able to do that. And, it's just part of the fun, right? So I guess George is asking, does $500 buy you a pallet of fruit snacks? $500 would buy. The only problem is that fruit snacks aren't available on the website. So we actually don't have them for sale, But yeah, let's see. Okay, we got comments coming in here. Let's talk about it. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, that counting scales are pretty cool, huh? All right. So I'm, and I just thank you guys on the counting scale. The fact that some of you haven't heard of it either makes me feel better, because after the guy at Fastenal told me that, I was just like, you're right. Like with the amount of times I've had to personally count out, like, so we have a customer, right? I'll give you a quick other story. So we have a customer that orders about 8,000 SC1 keys a month. Okay. And sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but 8,000. And it's a specific customer for a specific need, but they need them only in 50 packs. They do not allow 250. They want them in 50. And so there's been several times, I mean, this has been going on for over a decade. Okay. And they're very specific on, if you can't send 50 packs, don't send them, because we only want 50 packs. It's how we, for whatever reason, that's how it is. And so there's been several times over the years with all the shortages that we would have to take 8,000 keys, sometimes in a week. 8,000's on average, but sometimes they'll order, 20, 30,000 of them. And we would have to take the 250 packs, and we would literally, we'd count out, this is the problem. We'd count out 50, put them in a back box and weigh them. But on the scales we had, you could be off 2 or 3 keys either way, and it wouldn't show it on the scale, right? Because we didn't have, probably not an accurate enough. So what we'd have to do is literally count them out. Can you imagine doing that on and off for a decade? How much time we could have saved, right? Crazy, even talking about it. What the heck, right? Okay, anyways. All right, here we go. John Shelton says, I believe I heard you can win multiple times. Yes, so you can win multiple times. It's really how it's always been. So we use the random selector tool thing, and that we've talked about in the past. And if your name gets called, it gets called, right? I mean, that's just how it works. So you can. Well, and what we really want, and let's actually talk about this for a minute, right? And the funny part is sometimes I get these little comments in there. They're like, hey, why does every comment have Lockboss, right? And they're not. And one of the funny parts about the giveaway videos that we do is we know going into it, it's one of the lowest view videos we get are the giveaway announcement videos, which is funny in itself. But the thing is, yes, we do want, like, why do we want you to comment on the videos? Well, of course, we want everyone to contribute to the conversation, because I know myself and so many other people have learned from everybody else. And that's really what we're after here. Now, of course, we incentivize you to comment, right? With the giveaway. And that's kind of what we do. But that's why we do it. And we really want people to contribute to the conversation. Can you just put Lockboss? Like, are we upset about that? Well, no. But we hope over time that if you have something to contribute to the conversation, please do, because we all learn. And we know we're going to have locksny there to comment some weird things, right? Like, let's see here. locksny, what's up, by the way? Let's see. Let me find the comments here. locksny says, if I give you 500, can I be a locksmith? Those are the type of comments we're talking about, right? And to answer your question, locksny, absolutely. You give me $500 and I will tell you you're a real locksmith, no problem. I think your van does a better job, though, and you probably don't need to send me the money. But if you need me to say it, send me the money. Or did I actually just say you were a locksmith? I think I did. I actually did that for free this time. locksny, free this time, charge next. Okay. No, joking around. Hey, thanks for all your comments. So definitely like them here. Let's see here. Let's keep going down here. Ken Nixon asks, can I buy a pink bike? I'm sure you can, Ken, probably at your local Target or Walmart. On our website, though, I don't think we have any listings for that. So it's kind of a double-sided question there. But yes, you can. You just have to go to like a bike store or Target or Walmart. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, G Keyman 565 says, give him $500, locksny, he'll tell you could be a locksmith as well. Hey, see how good we're doing here, right? We're doing good. Let's see. Mark says, in 2024, an insecure society will cause people to look for some sense of security. This should help our businesses and give peace of mind to our customers. Look for the positive. 100%. Yeah, there's always opportunities. And let's talk about this for a minute, right? So, Mark, thanks for that. And you're very right. You know, one of the great parts about this industry is that although it doesn't ever experience like these, like, I don't know, let's call them construction highs, right? A good part is it actually doesn't also typically experience construction lows, right? So that's good. Now, just going off my own history of doing this, I can tell you in 2008, all of a sudden, I started getting calls from locksmith customers like John Liggett, if you remember him from a while ago, who all of a sudden realized that the business was kind of shifting, and many others, by the way. His business was shifting, and he started doing a lot of foreclosure and/or houses that need to go get rekeyed to whatever key it was, right? And he leveraged his relationships, and many others did as well, to start doing a ton of this work, right? And that's something, as time goes on, all of us, you, me, our neighbor next door, part of our job in business is to continually find avenues to sell into, or as I like to, we talk about internally, like when you find a vein to mine, you got to mine it, because at some point that vein is going to run out of capital for you, gold for you, and you're going to have to find a different one. And so we want to constantly, always, in all of our businesses, always be looking out for that. and not being afraid of the change, but embracing that change as time goes on. It's something we all have to do. And the truth is, when your conditions change, a lot of times the economy, a lot of times might look really good for a while or really bad. It doesn't, but it's just how it works. Right. So, and the other, probably the best part about it is those times when we're finding new veins to mine are some of the best times for us to learn in our business what we need to do better, what we need to do different. And it gives us a lot of opportunity. So I definitely don't want you to think that it's 2024 in our view is necessarily negative or whatever. We just definitely want to support you the best we can. Let's see here. Trevor says, how's it going? He says, that's a big investment from your company to the locksmith trade. Thank you for all you do. Absolutely, Trevor. Yeah. And I think one of the best things you can do, right, is always put your money where your mouth is, right? And we want to be supportive and helpful. And so we just feel like this is a way to do it. But yeah, it is definitely a significant amount over 12 months, right? But yeah. Let's see here. John says, so I need to win 10 times for the Triton. I like it. Let's see here. Let's see. Careful with that math, PJ. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's see here. He's building buzz and keeping CLK top of mind. We'll give him an else. Yeah. Very true, right? I mean, and another good point, and let's talk about this, and maybe let's talk about how this can be part of your business as well, the bigger concept here with the Lockboss stuff, right? And it's funny, sometimes we get, people kind of saying stuff in the comments about it, so to be, every once in a while we still get accused of people saying that you are all fake bots or something weird. And I take that as a compliment, the fact that you guys are always showing up, right? Which is pretty cool. But in business, right? Like, so if we're trying to get more business, what do you do? A lot of times you pay Google, right? Or Facebook or whatever it might be. And you just pump, and I've talked about this in the past, right? And so you set up a weekly or a monthly budget and you, run ads and you try to get sales, right? I mean, pretty common business 101 stuff is what we kind of decided to do years ago in 2020, actually, was to kind of flip that around a little bit and be like, hey, this is the deal. Like, we're trying to, get to people. Why don't we give them the money in one form or another instead of Google? Why not? Right. I mean, and so that was kind of one of the biggest things when we started doing this in 2020 was really that mindset of like, hey, we're going to spend the money. I mean, I don't know. We spend well over, I believe, 10K a month just in Google ads still right now. Right. And so the fact that we're able to kind of crack a piece of that off and do this is amazing. And I love doing it. Right. I've been showing up every Tuesday now for several years because I like it. And I like being here with you all. So thank you for being here. Let me keep going down here. Nate says, yeah, so it's funny when PJ doesn't know the joke. I don't know the joke. But hey, to my defense, on where my comments are here, there's tons of comments and it starts bouncing around some. And it's hard to really find it all due to the so many comments, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Danny, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Says, I would buy as many beautiful locksmith tools from CLK Supplies. Yeah, that's what we like. Thank you. Hey, look at Ken. So you have a offer from James, it looks like. I'll sell you a pink bike. It says at Locks NY on it, and it has butt prints from Wes on the handlebar. Interesting. Sidewinder says, what key machine do you all use? Just researching. Go ahead and in the comments, put in there some of the key machines that you use. And by the way, Sidewinder, just for the info, you can go to our website, go to Key Machines, okay? Go to the menu, go to Key Machines, and you're going to see a tool on there that you can click on, and it's a decision tree, essentially. It's going to ask you questions, and based on your responses, it's going to recommend a key machine for you, which is pretty cool. So make sure you check that out if that interests you. How do I say your name here? McCatchum, maybe? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Have you ever spoken about the Adams Right 4300? Yeah, I've done a lot of different Adams Right videos. I would just type in Adams Right or storefront in our Google our YouTube channel and see what comes up. If you don't see what you're looking for, go on and send us a message and we'll consider maybe making one. So let's see here. Yep, lots of comments on the machines, which is pretty cool. Robert, how's it going? Says, I'm new, but learning lots from you. Yeah, thank you. Good to hear. And hopefully you'll learn lots from the comments as well. Raymond says, why does it look like I'm watching an old Japanese movie? Sound and voice aren't matching up. Ooh, I don't know about that. Let's see here. James says he is a fake bot. Interesting. A fake bot. I like it. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, guys, thanks for all your comments on the machines too, by the way. Which, by the way, okay, so we're going to get into announcing this week's 5 lucky winners. I can't believe we've been going on for 32 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So before we do, though, I want to bring something up, and it's something new we're also going to be doing. And of course, I would love for you to participate in this. So we get tons of comments called in and emailed to us every day, 7 days a week. They're coming in, right? Different questions, this and that and the other. And is what I'm going to start doing is taking some of those comments, or excuse me, those questions, and I'm going to do videos on them. We're going to bring up the question and we're going to go through and I'm going to give you the answer. Now, of course, we're going to answer them in the email as well or phone. But there's so many questions that so many people, it's obvious over time, so many people have a lot of the same type of questions. And the cool part is so often you can see the question and hear the answer. And now all of a sudden you're given enough information to answer a question that you do have, right? Because it's so similar in a lot of ways. So I'm really excited to start doing those. I don't know why it's taken us how many years of doing films to really come think of this, but we're going to start doing some of them, put them in. So if you have one that you would like me to, just a basic question, like I know one of them I'm going to be filming here in the next day or two the question was something like, here's the keys that I have with rekeyable padlocks. How do I know what kit I need to rekey them? That's a great question, right? So I'm going to show you the image and we're going to talk about it, and guaranteed that by the time we're done answering this question, you're going to be able to take that information, apply it to maybe a key or something that you have, and it's going to make a lot of sense. So it'd be pretty cool. And I hope more than anything, of course, helpful, right? So anyways, with that being said, that's Lockboss Season 3 happening all year. Best of luck to all of you. Man, I hope, we have 58 people on concurrently right now. I mean, I hope if there's a way all 58 of you can win over the year. What's that? 5 times 12. Yeah. I hope all of you win. Okay. And it'll be great. So with that being said, let's get into this week's winners. Julio, go ahead and throw on a little bit of tunes. Get us all pumped up for the winners. All right. In sales at CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989 and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win? Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from the comments on the previous week's videos for our weekly giveaway. That's simple. And of course, no purchase necessary to enter. One day we'll add that on there, but of course, that's how it works here. All right. With that being said, winner number 1 is FTG Lock and Key. Congratulations. Winner number 2 is Lee Tuller 4167. Congratulations, Lee. Winner number 3 is Carol Wink. Carol, congratulations. Winner number 4 is David Holderby 9811. Congratulations. And last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Marshall Lock and Key. Congratulations to all 5 winners. Of course, we have our Lockboss Old School Patch Hat, free with orders over $393.24 and up. Just add it to your cart for the offer, and or you could purchase it separately. But hey, what's the fun in that when you can just buy some tools and supplies you need and get it for free, right? So, and speaking of, I need to be giving some of those away. I need to look at our stock before I do so. It kind of gets me in trouble when I give away when we're low on stock. I'm going to check that out next week. I'm going to give away 5. Okay, hold me to it. Next week, I'm going to give away 5. I just got to make sure we have enough to make that happen. So, yeah, everybody. Well, hey, that's the show this week. Of course, we got some good videos coming out. We have kind of a part 2. I'll give you a little heads up here coming up this Sunday. So if you remember, we talked about performance pay a while back, and we're going to do a part 2. We're actually bringing my dad on, and we really have some really good discussions, and it's kind of a longer video, but we really hit a lot of important topics and questions, and I'm excited for all of you to watch it. So of course we have that going on, and I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and go home. And I tell you, so quick little fun side note is we recently got one of those Ninja Creamies, if you know what those are. Like they make ice cream or whatever, and really excited to put like a protein shake in there and turn it into ice cream. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out here in a couple days. But I have a tooth messed up. I got to get fixed tomorrow, so I can't have any. But my 7-year-old Alice, who many of you know, yesterday I put some yogurt and some strawberries and stuff in one of the little cups. And she was like, Dad, when you get home, I have to leave about to go to something at 5:45. But she was like, Dad, if you can make it before you leave. And so I'm going to go home and make her our first ever creamy with some vanilla yogurt and strawberries and stuff. So she's pumped up. I saw her here a couple hours ago, and she's like, Dad, make sure you make it when I get home. So it's going to be good. So excited to go home and do that. But anyways, I hope all of you have a absolute wonderful and safe Tuesday evening. We'll see you back here, same place, same time next week. Have a good evening. We'll see y'all. And of course, Julio, cool, let's leave with a little bit of tunes. Why not? All right. Y'all take care. We'll see you.